These are the events that will likely take place during Bad Bunny's Super Bowl halftime performance from a certain crowd.
Well, I guess I'm boycotting the NFL and the Super Bowl this year.
You mean the same NFL that you were just praising 20 minutes ago for giving a moment of silence to Charlie Kirk?
Well, that's because Charlie was a patriot.
He was a podcaster.
Watch your mouth. Now I'm sure you're happy that now all this Spanish is going to be spoken. You better learn to speak English real quick. I never heard him speak English, except for in Happy Gilmore 2, which was not good, by the way. It's getting too woke.
I thought you liked Happy Gilmore too because Travis Kelce was in it.
What's the point of him getting engaged to Taylor if she's not going to do the halftime show? I mean, I have my issues with her, but at least she's,
White. I mean, she's white.
American.
You do know that Puerto Rico is a part of the United States, right? Bad Bunny is an American citizen by birth.
Doesn't matter. That doesn't make him one of us. He's not representative of the NFL fans. He's anti-us, for goodness sakes, okay? He's anti-Trump. That means he's anti-America.
I'd actually argue that he's very patriotic.
Oh, I think this might be your first funny joke. Calling that man who's only speaking Spanish patriotic. Hello, we speak English around here, and good luck to the NFL because I'm not watching that Spanish mumbo jumbo unless that man learns to speak English and throws up Kid Rock.
Comedian Lysandra Vasquez ripped him.
Corey Lewandowski went on to talk to the DL Demon Queen about ICE being at the Super Bowl.
At the Super Bowl for the Bad Bunny Super Bowl halftime show?
Benny, there is nowhere that you can provide safe haven to people who are in this country illegally, not the Super Bowl and nowhere else. We will find you. We will.
I want to remind MAGA that Puerto Rico is a part of the United States of America. You need to understand that. Puerto Rico is a part of the United States of America. These culture wars, at some point, who gives a shit? Who gives a shit who plays at the Super Bowl? You don't want to watch halftime? Don't watch it. But these threats, they think they have the moral high ground to talk about this shit. It's just so gross.
As did the ladies at I've Had It.
Benny suggested that the selection of Bad Bunny was clearly a shot at MAGA. It was a disrespect to MAGA and not the obvious answer, which is money. The NFL wants to grow the audience, so they had a big artist who might expand the number of people who watch the Super Bowl perform at the Super Bowl. That's so clearly what's happening here.
And I think Benny Johnson asked, well, what do you think about the NFL's decision? She says, they suck and we'll win. God will bless us and we'll stand and be proud of ourselves at the end of the day, and they won't be able to sleep at night because they don't know what to believe.
Jesus.
They're so weak, we will win and fix it.
Bigger picture though, it's hard to imagine a more MAGA crowd than those who physically attend the Super Bowl. It's like football fans, rich people. Like, if you're worried about crimes in that crowd, get some dogs that can smell cocaine and then go bust people for solicitation. This is not gonna be like a big ice raid event.
Let's not say things we'll regret.
Mentally Divine, one of my favorite TikTokers, had a fantastic breakdown. Here that is in part.
Megyn Kelly called Bad Bunny's Super Bowl performance a slap in the face to MAGA, and I gotta say, she's right, because that's the point. I need y'all to understand that this is way more than a Puerto Rican performing at a halftime show. This is about cultural sovereignty. The ability of a colonized people to finally control their own narrative after generations of systematic erasure. Let me take you back for a second. In 1898, Puerto Rico finally won its independence from Spain after decades of bloodshed and resistance. And they only had 1 year, 365 days of autonomy before the United States invaded and claimed it as a colonial possession. And then erasure began because in 1902, the US made English the mandatory language in Puerto Rican schools, criminalizing Spanish in classrooms. Then in 1917, the Jones Act imposed US citizenship on Puerto Ricans, not as an act of inclusion, but as a draft card. They needed bodies for World War I, and Puerto Ricans became Americans by force so they could die in America's wars. Then in the 1930s and 40s, the US government launched La Operación, a mass sterilization campaign that targeted Puerto Rican women, especially poor and black Puerto Rican women. So much so that by 1968, 1/3 of Puerto Rican women of childbearing age had been sterilized. 1/3. This wasn't healthcare, it was eugenics. It was genocide dressed up as population control. They were trying to eradicate us. Puerto Ricans still survived. We held on to our language, our music, our identity. But cultural sovereignty is how marginalized people have always forced the world to see their humanity. During the Harlem Renaissance, black writers and artists created their own publishing houses, their own magazines, their own spaces to define themselves when white America said that they were less than human. The disability rights movement is another great example, where they created their own films, their own theater, shouting, "Nothing about us without us." until the entire world had to listen. They're so terrified of Puerto Rican visibility that they want agents with guns and badges surrounding a celebration of our culture. That is not coincidence. That is the continuation of 127 years of colonial violence. Bad Bunny performing in Spanish, centering decolonization, anti-racism, and Latino culture on the world's biggest stage, unapologetically to over 100 million people, doesn't just threaten the system, it shatters it.
Now, with the NFL,
we're confident it's going to be a great show, and that he understands the platform that he's on, and I think it's going to be exciting and a united moment. He's one of the leading and most popular entertainers in the world. It's carefully thought through. I would say that I'm not sure we've ever selected an artist where we didn't have some blowback or criticism. It's pretty hard to do when you have literally hundreds of millions of people that are watching.
Roger Goodell, the NFL's commissioner, would make it clear that no change is going to take place.
The NFL just responded to all the psycho MAGA people who are trying to remove Bad Bunny from the halftime show. And they basically said that they stand by their decision because they feel like his performance will unite people. They also said that they're not surprised about the backlash because they feel like every time they choose someone for the Super Bowl halftime show, some type of backlash happens, which is true. So sorry, MAGA people, but no matter how many petitions you decide to start, we're still getting Bad Bunny, whether you like it or not.
Goodell and the reporter were likely responding to a change.org petition to replace Bad Bunny with a country singer being named here, but really there are many, and a counter-programmed halftime show organized by Erica Kirk's Turning Point USA, which is going to air, allegedly, during Bad Bunny's performance. When Bad Bunny was announced as the performer, he would release this statement: "What I'm feeling goes beyond myself. It's for those who came before me and ran countless yards so I could come in and score a touchdown. This is for my people, my culture, and our history." Trump, of course, weighed in, saying on Newsmax, a far-right pro-Trump outlet, "I don't know who he is. I don't know why they're doing it. It's like crazy." And then they blame it on some promoter they hired to pick up entertainment. I think it's absolutely ridiculous. Let me just conclude with this. I cannot believe that this is even an idea that the far right had. I can't believe that they went all in on this, and yet they have the gall to call their opposition snowflakes. Hey, I appreciate you watching. Now, if you can, please do become a channel member by going to youtube.com/TYT Sports and clicking the join button. If that's too much for you, you can just go to tyt.com/join to become a member. It helps all of us out here at the Young Turks and keeps our network afloat. In addition, you could follow me on my socials on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Appreciate the love. Have a great day.